everybody. Tom Nappy here, and welcome to HCAM Sports Talk Live. On this edition of HCAM Sports Talk Live, we are going to relive the 2020-2021 winter sports season. We have all kinds of great Hopkinton Hillers basketball, hockey, alpine skiing highlights to get to. So without further ado, here is a recap of the 2020-2021 winter sports season. In week one of the Hopkinton Hillers winter sports season, Hopkinton took on Norwood.
No defenders off usually a bucket, as laying it in is Elena Davies.
In the JV girls basketball game, the Mustangs of Norwood had a 22-19 lead heading into the second half. Elena Davies helped get the offense going for the Hillers in the third quarter.
Some water and then they're back out at it again. Keeping the mojo moving.
Nice finish there by Alexis Bruce. Over to Kane. Kane steps back, tries to launch a three. Good block there by Chorus. Leaves it over to Dacey. Drives in, up for the shot, and in she goes. Emma Dacey with 6 points for the Hillers. Having the lane. Over to the right corner, long two. Got it. Elena Davies. Serene over to the right wing, up for three. Off the glass, no good. And it is collected by Davies. Davies works it up the lane, up and in with the right hand. Elena Davies, 16 points on the night, pulls the Hillers within 4.
Norwood outscored Hopkinton in the third quarter 13-10, and the Hillers trailed 35-29 after 3. But Elena Davies once again got things going in the fourth quarter.
As it went off the defender, Jones lays it up and in. Big time layup by Shelby Jones, and the Hillers have a 2-point lead with 4:07 left to go, and a timeout called by Norwood.
There you go. Now they have to chip on this and sink it.
Davies driving in, up with the hook shot and in, plus the foul. Elena Davies, 20 points on the night.
The Hillers defense held Norwood to 2 points in the quarter, while Hopkinton added 11 points and took the game 40-37. Elena Davies had a team-high 21 points in the game.
Old Bryce trying to feed it up top, stolen away. Quick break for the Hillers. To the rack, off the glass, and in goes Lulu Murphy, and she draws the contact.
The second game this past Friday night was the varsity girls game. It was a back and forth first half. The Hillers led after the first 2 quarters, 20-19.
Show up to Hedstrom. Great defensive effort by the Hillers. Murphy feeds it out to Cho, up for 3. Count it! Lauren Cho knocking it down.
Oh boy.
16-6 Hillers.
Hopkinton added another 12 points in the third quarter and outscored Norwood 12-10 to increase their lead to 3 points.
Here comes Cho. Round the defender. Good feed to the block. Up and in. Fossbender.
The fourth quarter, however, was all Norwood. They outscored Hopkinton 9-4 and would end up taking the game 38-36. Lauren Cho had a team-high 12 points for the Hillers, while Kiki Fossbender added 8 points. Lexi Trendle also pitched in with 9 points of her own. After Hillers varsity boys hockey opened their season in Norwood with a 5-1 win, the Mustangs would get some revenge.
Sharon along the backboards. Now there's a shot, and it's put in. That is going to be Brian Mateer with the goal.
This season, hockey is playing 2 22-minute 30-second halves rather than 15-minute periods, and the Mustangs poured it on in the first half, netting 6 goals.
On the face-off, it's Mira and Ditbier. Back over to Tolman. He sends it over to the far side. There's a shot and a goal by Kyle Ledger.
Hopkinton did have one of their own goals with 1:29 left to go in the first.
Top of the circle, there's a shot, and it's in! In the 5-hole goes Joe Carazza!
Norwood added 2 more goals in the second half and took the game 8-1.
Owen Smith to the right block. Around the horn they go up to Wyatt. Launches a three and he knocks it down. How about that? A pair of field goals for Wyatt Stevens, the sophomore.
The Hopkinton JV boys met up with Norwood this past Sunday. Wyatt Stevens dropped 9 points in the first quarter to help Hopkinton take a 14-7 lead.
We have a whole lot of fun on that show, talking about everything going on locally and nationally as well.
Yeah, I don't think I did too well on my picks.
We'll have to take a look. Up for three and good is Kyle Bertucci Bissonette.
Stevens dropped another 10 points in the second quarter as Hopkinton knocked down 22 points and took a 36-18 lead into the second half.
Left corner, good ball distribution there by the Hillers. Desenroth up for the shot, no good. Swatted back out by Peters to Desenroth. Down to the left corner, and in goes Wyatt Stevens. A long two from the corner.
Norwood outscored Hopkinton in the second half, but it would not be enough. The Hillers would take the game 55-47. Wyatt Stevens scored a team-high 21 points for the Hillers.
Tremendous run, and we have a steal by Matt Cooper.
Nice.
Casper over to Sarapusco in the corner. Up to Cooper. Hands it back over to Keefe. Drives the lane up with the right hand. And it's pulled down by DiPietro for the putback. He goes up and in, plus the foul, and one.
In the varsity game, Hopkinton cruised for 20 points in the first quarter versus Norwood.
Over to Marazimi. He'll launch a three and knock it down. Back and forth we go.
The Hillers outscored Norwood in the second quarter 16-12. Anthony DiPietro chipped in for several points in the quarter.
Pressure by the Mustangs. Paharic. Keefe. Back to Paharic. Over to Casper for three. No, a little short there, but up and in goes DiPietro.
Karosh Fatahi knocked down a couple of field goals in the third quarter as both teams put up 13 points apiece.
Second for Norwood. Driving down, Fatahi around the defender, up and in with the right hand.
Josh Sarapusco exploded for 10 fourth quarter points.
Driving in, great feed of Sarapusco, and Sarapusco, the senior, finishes once again.
The Hillers took the game 70-60. Josh Sarapusco had a team-high 17 points. Anthony DiPietro dropped 13 points, and the Hillers' victory to split the series with Norwood at 1 game apiece.
Hicks over to Hyman, up for the shot and good.
Hillers boys basketball took on Westwood on Tuesday, January 12th. In the JV game, Wyatt Stevens dropped 23 points for the Hillers.
Full court pressure by the Hillers here in the closing seconds of the half. Stolen away by Wyatt Stevens to the bucket, and yes, it'll fall through. Nice steal there. Buzzer beater, a little short, and at the end of two, it's Westwood 25, the Hillers 20.
Sam Pantera added 15 points.
Boy, has this game turned. Pantera knocks down a three, just what the doctor ordered for the Hillers.
The Hillers scored a whopping 26 points in the third quarter to take a 46-39 lead heading into the fourth.
It is a Westwood rebound, put back, no good there, and the Hillers have it off the Miss Robertson shot. And here comes Hopkinton, a pass over to the corner, knocking down the three, Wyatt Stevens.
Wyatt Stevens knocked down a trifecta of threes in the third quarter.
Players gathering close to each other. Kane up for the lane, no good. Also, the defender has to be 6 feet away from the inbounder. Up for three, and swishing it right through Wyatt Stevens.
Hillers JV ended up taking the game 58-51 over Westwood.
On around the defender and finds Fatahi. Fatahi up and good, plus the foul.
In the varsity game, James McGowan knocked down 4 3-point buckets and 5 field goals overall to help Westwood outscore Hopkinton in the quarter 16-13. Trailing 36-29 heading into the third quarter, the Hillers responded with 23 points and outscored Westwood 23-20 to cut the Westwood lead down to 4 points heading into the final 8 minutes.
Keefe trying to work his way by McGowan. Here he goes. Pass to the corner. DiPietro for 3. Off the rim. No good. Keefe with the rebound and the putback and in.
Westwood, however, outscored Hopkinton in the fourth quarter 16-10 and took the game 72-62. On Wednesday, January 13th, Hillers varsity hockey took the ice to take on the Wolverines of Westwood, looking to rebound from an 8-1 loss the previous week versus Norwood.
But you don't see it too often. Not too often, no. There's a shot, and that is in! Toko with the goal! Right off the post, and in it goes with 17:08 left to go in the first half. And the Hillers take the 1-0 lead. Seamus will wrap it back around Mara. Leaves it out. There's a shot at the goal! Joe Carazza!
Hillers scored 2 goals in the first half. Westwood added one of their own with under 2 minutes left to make it a 2-1 game.
Certainly is. Racing up to the near side, Horsfall. Leaves it out. Can someone get there? There's a shot, and that is in. The Wolverines respond. Paul Dyson with the goal.
Hopkinton dominated the second half, silencing Westwood and adding 3 Hiller goals.
Mira up against Fahey. Carazza sends it back to Jarrett. Now to Carazza. Leaves it out for Berman. Wrister goal! Mike Berman! What a beauty of a shot that was from Mike Berman. And Carazza with another assist. Along the corner. Here comes Mira. Leaves it for Carazza. Racing in. There's a shot and a goal! What a beauty! Joe Carazza, the sophomore. Ball. Over to Fay. Toko to the empty net, and it's in! Jeff Toko with the finisher.
The Hillers took the win over Westwood 5-1 and improved to 2 wins and 1 loss on the season. Westwood fell to 2-1 overall. This past Wednesday, Hillers Alpine Ski also hit the slopes with a number of different schools.
Now, it looks like the snow is holding up pretty well. I mean, I see a few deep ruts developing mid-hill. I can't obviously see up over the hill. So I do expect to see, some improvement in times between first and second runs.
Yeah,
but
a couple of seconds.
oh no, it'll be we're talking tenth. If you can improve by 1/10 of a second, that's a significant
Oh, really?
improvement.
Okay.
Yeah, ski racing is a game of hundredths of a second.
Now from down here, from this angle, the slope looks fairly flat. Is it, or are there dips and such that we aren't seeing?
No,
Here.
not really. It's
Relatively flat.
it's a consistent
Okay.
consistent slope, I guess, is what I would call it.
Sure.
And that's great, right? Because for those folks who have not, had a lot of formal training, it takes a lot of the intimidation away and really, makes it more fun.
Both the Hillers ski teams finished second place in their first meeting of the season. This was the best team finish for the girls in program history. Kate Barry was second, Kiara Niss fifth, Libby Herlahai was sixth to lead the girls, while Jackson Schlusel was first for the boys. Jake LaRoche was fifth, and Cameron Hanna was seventh for the Hiller boys alpine ski team. On Tuesday, January 26th, Hopkinton Hillers girls varsity basketball battled Holliston. In the first quarter, the Hillers had 4 different point scorers and outscored the Panthers 15-8.
Driving in, up and in she goes, Kiki Fossbender. Fossbender drives the floor, feeds the wing. Hedstrom drives in to the block, up and in. Cho feeds it out, Lulu for 3. Count it, knocks it down. She has 5 points so far tonight.
In the second quarter, Kiki Fossbender and Maggie Hedstrom added 6 points each. Lauren Cho added 8 points to help the Hillers outscore Holliston 23-11 in the quarter and take a 38-19 lead into the half.
And now we're going to have a steal. Here comes Cho to the bucket, up, count it. Lauren Cho takes it to the house. Now back to Lulu. You got Maggie and Carly Hedstrom both in the game. Lulu to Maggie, up for 3. Got it! Swish! Nothing but net. 28-11 Hillers. Over to Fossbender. Back to Cho for 3. Got it! O'Neill working the low post. Cho over to Millie. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Cho over to Maggie Hedstrom, up for 3. Swishes it right through.
In the third quarter, Kiki Fossbender, Lauren Cho, Maggie Hedstrom, and Lulu Murphy all contributed in a 15-10 quarter to up the lead to 53-29.
Lulu pulls up, turns it around to Fossbender, back to Lulu. And Maggie. Hillers going to take their time on their possessions. They don't have to rush shots here with a big lead as Maggie knocks down a 3.
The Hillers' lead would prove to be too much for Holliston to come back from, and Hopkinton took the game 57-37. Lauren Cho had a team-leading 14 points, while Kiki Fossbender added 13 points and Maggie Hedstrom added 12. The Hillers improved to 3 wins and 1 loss overall.
Now it's Lulu. Feeds it to Ianelli. Lily now swipes it back. Driving in is Kane, up and in! And the freshman has her first points in a varsity uniform. And here comes Cataldo. This is Cataldo working her way up the ice towards the net. Takes the shot, and look at that, Norwood draws first blood to make it 1-0.
On Wednesday, January 27th, Hillers Dover Sherborne co-op varsity girls hockey played their first home game of the season versus Norwood. The Mustangs of Norwood netted a goal 30 seconds into the first half. That would be the only goal until Norwood added another goal with 18:39 left in the second half.
Stolen away by Nauman. There's a shot, and it gets away from McCluskey, and in it goes. A shorthanded goal for the Norwood Mustangs. McCluskey thought she had that one wrapped up, but it squirted out of her grasp and ends up in the net.
The Mustangs of Norwood took the game 2-0. The Hillers Alpine Ski Team also hosted a meet last Thursday. They finished in second place overall. Here's a look at some of the contest.
Should be Kate.
Okay, so yeah, that's Kate coming down the girls' course.
Yep. Kate is a 4-year team member and a second-year captain.
There she goes.
Nicely done,
Nice.
Kate.
24-74. Here comes Jackson.
There's Jackson. Go Speed Racer.
Boom. Nice. 22.
22. Well done.
This past Friday, January 29th, the Hopkinton Hillers girls varsity basketball team took on Dedham and celebrated the 5 seniors on their roster. Here's a look at the pregame Senior Day festivities.
First, we'd also like to recognize Dedham's 3 seniors. If you'd just like to stand. Number 14, Melissa Elliott. Number 20, Kara Millette. And number 24, Delaney Turner. Congratulations, girls. And now for the Hopkinton seniors. First, Kylie Hornbrook and her guests, Kristen, her mother, Mike, her father, and Abby, her sister. Our next senior is Maggie Hedstrom, and her guests this evening are her mother Shannon, her father Greg, her sister Carly, and her brother Brandon. Our next senior is one of our captains, Lulu Murphy. And her guests, her mother Tracy, her father Kevin, her brother Josh, sister Emma, and grandmother Betty. Our next senior, also a captain, Millie Cincinnati, and her guests, her mother Mary, her father Scott, her sister Annabelle, and brother Ethan. And last but not least, is our final senior captain, Caroline Connell, and her guests, her mom, Melissa, and her dad, Mike. Congratulations, ladies.
Both teams put up 12 points in the first quarter. Carly and Maggie Hedstrom each knocked down a 3-point field goal.
Hedstrom on the entry. Over to Lulu. The kick out to the corner, up for 3. Got it. Maggie Hedstrom knocks it down. Pretty good arm there by Delaney Turner. Cho feeds it out to the corner, up for 3, and knocking it down is Carly Hedstrom.
In the second quarter, Lauren Cho put up 8 points, including a pair of threes, to help the Hillers outscore Dedham 16-7 and take a 28-19 lead into the halftime break.
Well, that might have just been a contact stoppage. Too many players in the same area. Cho for 3. Got it. Swishes it right through. There goes Maggie to Cho for 3. Count it. Lauren Cho feeling it.
In the third quarter, more effective defensive pressure by the Hillers and a 3-point field goal from 3 different players helped them add to their lead.
There. And it's collected by Lulu. Nice rebound. Kiki driving in up from the block. Air ball. Good rebound by Trendle. Up top now, and Lulu knocks it down. Cho feeds it out to Lulu. Now up top, Maggie for three. Got it. Swishes it through. Her second three-point bucket of the game. 12-point game. Cho over to Fossbender for three. Yes.
They outscored Dedham 11-7 to take a 39-26 lead into the final quarter. In the fourth quarter, Kiki Fossbender added 8 points.
Here comes Hopkinton up court. Lulu with possession. Edstrom over Trendle. Now Lulu. Fossbender for three. Knocks it down. They could just wait for a good opportunity. Fossbender for three. And I'd say that was a good opportunity as she knocks it down.
The Hillers outscored Dedham in the frame 12-11 and took the game 56-37. Kiki Fossbender had a team-leading 21 points, while Lauren Cho added 12 points. Hopkinton improved to 4-1 overall. After Medfield shut down sports for the week, Bellingham picked up the challenge against the Hillers boys hockey team this past Saturday. Prior to the game, both teams had a moment of silence for injured Bishop Feehan player AJ Quetta.
Please join us as the Hopkinton Hillers and Bellingham, as well as all the players, coaches, staff, and family, wish a speedy recovery to Bishop Feehan Sr., AJ Quetta. Thanks, guys. Have a great game.
Hopkinton took control early, netting 5 goals in the first half.
And now taking over, that's Swain looking for a shot there. Good defense in front of the net. And Mara going to get to the puck. Here he goes on a break to the net. Shot and a goal! Pavitt Mara makes it 1-0 Hillers. Less than a minute into action. 25 seconds into action to be exact. Fast start. Toko sends it over to the near side. There's a shot. Out in front of the net, and it's a loose puck. And was that put in? Yes, it was. And that is going to be Ryan Teitel with the goal. Ryan Teitel makes it 2-0 with 19:17 left to go in the first half. Aiden Walsh on the assist. Over to Berman. And that nice pass over to Berman. That went in. Wow, what a shot by Mike Berman.
Wow. Right for the blue line.
And you could give Cam Jarrett the assist. And he didn't expect that to go in. But he found the seam and put it through with 3:24 left to make it 3-0 Hillers. Sends it out to Toko. Toko looking for a shot. Sends it over to Jarrett, and Jarrett puts it in. A beauty of a setup for Jarrett by Jeff Toko. And it's 4-0 Hillers. Go for a tougher shot. And here comes Toko looking for a shot, and he puts it in. Jeff Toko goes right side top corner and makes it 5-0. And that goal comes with 1 second left in the first half.
5-0 after one, and the Hillers added another goal in the second half.
And now racing up the ice on a wide open break, Tyler Morris, he'll leave it behind. And the shot by Moore, and that's it! Andrew Moore makes it 6-0 Hillers. And a great assist by Tyler Morse.
Hopkinton took the game 6-0 and improved to 3 wins and 1 loss overall. On Thursday, January 28th, Hillers Alpine Ski had another successful competition. Here's a look.
The protest video evidence is admissible. All right, Kate, let's see what you got. Beautiful through the flush, back to the rhythm. Hit that delay, bring it on in. Push, push, nice, well done. Fantastic, that is the fastest time of the night on the girls' course, without a doubt.
Alpine Ski had a big night as the boys won for the first time in the program's history, and the girls took second place. Kate Barry finished first overall. Libby Herlahai finished fourth. Clara Niss finished fifth. Gabriella Siri finished 16th to lead the girls. As far as the boys, Jackson Schlusel finished first. Cameron Hanna finished second. Jake Lacoche finished sixth. And Nathan Foster finished 10th to lead the boys. Congratulations on the first place finish in program history to the boys alpine ski team. On Thursday, February 4th, Hillers girls basketball took on Westwood. In the varsity game, Lauren Cho netted 6 first quarter points and helped the Hillers to an 11-5 lead.
On the second, nope. Front of the rim it goes. Hillers have it. Here comes Cho. Driving in, up with the left hand and good, plus the foul.
Ariana Katzman netted 5 Westwood points in the second quarter as the Wolverines outscored the Hillers 16-8 in the second and led 21-19 at the half.
Pass over to Olivia Williams, back to Dolly on the short corner. Fires it up top to Hancock. Now to the wing to Katzman for 3, knocks it down. Now Fleming turns it around. Over to Williams, up for 3, knocks it down.
It was a back and forth third quarter. Westwood took the frame 12-10. Westwood would also outscore the Hillers in the fourth quarter 11-7 and take the game 44-35.
Stevens takes it up, feeds it over to Hicks. Back to Stevens, up for 3, got it. Wyatt Stevens, a sharpshooter there.
On Friday, February 5th, the Hillers boys took on Westwood. In the JV game, Westwood led 23-16 heading into the second half.
Stevens gets it over to Hicks. Now to the corner, Hyman for 3, got it.
The Hillers knocked down a pair of threes and outscored Westwood in the third quarter 14-12 and cut Westwood's lead down.
Stevens takes it up. Drives the lane, up, count it! Wyatt Stevens.
35-30, Westwood leading into the fourth quarter, and Wyatt Stevens and Rowan Smith came through big for the Hillers in the fourth.
He'll feed it across. This should be Operation Burn Clock for the Hillers.
Very much.
Stevens driving down. Nice feed of Pantera, and Pantera finishes. What a beauty of a behind-the-back pass.
Wyatt Stevens dropped 5 points in the quarter, and Rowan Smith added 8 points of his own as the Hillers outscored Westwood 20-8 and took the game in comeback fashion 50-43.
A 2-1 game in favor of Westwood. Up for 3 is Cooper, and he knocks it down.
In the varsity game, Matt Cooper and Owen Schnurr each dropped 5 first quarter points. Hillers led 18-10 heading into the second.
Especially when we're not used to having the student section and all the parents and siblings. And
Matt Cooper knocking it down.
Westwood's Kyle Murray would drop 6 second quarter points as the Wolverines outscored Hopkinton in the frame 13-10. Hillers led at the half 28-23.
The entry. Feeds it over to Sarapusco, nice finish. Sarapusco just waiting for it.
In the third quarter, Jake Sarapusco added 6 points for the Hillers, and Hopkinton won the quarter 18-17 and led 46-40 heading into the fourth.
Pass up to Dolabani, to the bucket. Great block there by Casper. What hustle. Cooper feeds it over to the wing of Schnurr, driving in, up with the right hand. Pulls it back down, off the missed shot. Cooper, yes!
Matt Cooper added 7 points for the Hillers in the fourth quarter, but Westwood would add 20 points of their own to outscore the Hillers 20-11 and take the game 60-57. On Saturday, February 6th, Hillers boys hockey hosted Westwood. Prior to the game, they celebrated senior night. Here's a look at the festivities.
We are here today to acknowledge the effort, commitment, and dedication shown by each of our seniors over the course of their playing careers, both on and off the ice, especially during this most challenging time. And now for our senior Hopkinton Hillers. First, number 7, Aiden Walsh. And his parents, Rebecca and Jim. Our other senior, number 8, Tyler Morse. And his parents, Lauren, Peter, and his brothers, Drew and Alex. Our next senior, number 9, Cade Jerk. And his parents, Sally and Brian, and his grandparents, David and Vaughn Denise. Our next senior, number 10, Caleb Dacey, and his parents, Liz and Brian. Our next senior, number 13, Jeff Toko, and his parents, Natalie and Chris. Our next senior, number 16, Andrew Moore, and his parents, Martha and Ivan, and his brother Paul. Our next senior, number 23, Quentin Barnes, and his parents, Lori and Jeff, and his brother Maxwell. Next we have number 31, Colin Wilford, and his parents, Sherry and Scott, and his sister, Joy. And last, but not least, our senior captain, number 18, Ronnie Shavers, and his parents, Trisha and Ron. Thank you to all of our seniors for the memories you provide us throughout the years, and good luck throughout the rest of the season. Good luck to both teams this afternoon.
In the first half, at 7:22 left, Westwood nets the first goal of the game.
Break here. Berman gets a stick in there and a goal for Westwood. Able to get by him and net it is Brendan Fay. Nice shot by Fay, had the break he was looking for and able to pop it in for the Wolverines.
The Hillers responded with 1:52 left in the half.
Toko. Over to Aiden Walsh. He'll send it back towards Dixon. 15 seconds left on the two-man advantage. And that is in! Wow! Seamus! And did that go off of Toko? I believe it did.
Yeah.
I think Toko is going to get credit for the goal. Seamus will get the assist. Wow! Power by Seamus off of Toko and in a 1-1 game. And that score comes with 1:52 left in the first half.
Jeff Toko, with the help of Ronnie Seamus, made it a 1-1 game. It stayed that way until the second half, with 15:18 left to go.
Mara up against Foley. Gratza gets in there. Back to Dixon. Mara. And that went in. Have it, Mara. Makes it 2-1 Hillers. And the score comes with 15:18 left in the second half.
It was a 2-1 Hillers lead until 5:40 left in the game.
10 seconds left on the two-man advantage. Here comes Fahey. There's a shot and a goal! Right through the 5-hole goes Fahey. Wow. Right at the end of the two-man advantage.
A game-tying goal by Westwood's Colin Fahey. Could the Hillers answer back? Less than 90 seconds left, and here's what happened.
Gratza. Seamus. Mara. Here comes Mara. And he lost it for the moment. Out in front. Turned away. Zoltarf was able to nick it towards the net. Mara
Back to Seamus. Seamus to Mira. There's a shot and a goal! Puppet Mira! He does it again! The goal comes with 1:13 left, and the Hillers take the 3-2 lead. Unbelievable! Sophomore Pavitt Mira nets the go-ahead goal, and the Hillers would hang on and take the tough physical game 3-2. Hopkinton improves to 4 wins and 2 losses as they get the victory on Senior Day. Congratulations to the Hillers on a hard-fought Senior Day win. On Monday, February 8th, Hiller girls hockey battled Dedham. The Marauders netted a pair of goals in the first period. Sent over to Crowley. Looking for a shot wrister, and that's a goal. How about that? Melly Crowley from long distance. Sent over by Crowley. Here comes Dedham. Steck trying to charge in. Nice move there to the net. Shot, goal. Alexis Steck, the assistant captain, makes it 2-0 Dedham. Despite good goaltending and defense by the Hopkinton co-op team, Dedham nets another goal in the second half and takes the game 3-0. There's another one, and that ends up deflecting off of Madeline McLeish and into the net. Unbelievable. On Wednesday, February 10th, Hillers boys basketball took on Holliston. In the JV game, Zach Hyman netted 8 first-quarter points, and the Hillers led 12-9 after the first. I guess zone championship, you could call it. They'll be competing against the best of the best from the 5 or 6 teams that they compete against. Carson feeds it out to Hyman, up for 3, and he knocks it down. Zach Hyman feeling it. In the second quarter, Wyatt Stevens struck for 3 field goals and helped the Hillers to a 28-22 lead heading into the halftime break. Up for 3 from up top, knocking it down, Wyatt Stevens. Speaking of, the Hillers outscored Holliston in the third quarter, 13-9, and led 41-31 heading into the final 8 minutes. With the rebound along the corner. Here comes the Hillers off the turnover. Hicks takes it to the rack, up with the left hand and in. The Hillers offense continued to roll in the fourth quarter, and they took the game 53-39. That was on Rowan Smith, that's his second. Now we have a steal. Driving in, Hyman up with the left hand, count it. Zach Hyman making it happen. Feeds it out to Keefe. Keefe gonna drive it in, kicks it out to Schnurr, up for 3, count it. Swishes it through. In the first quarter of the varsity game, the Hillers outscored Holliston 12-8. I believe it is the second year for Coach Champagne as Casper drives in and finishes. It's his second field goal of the game. In the second quarter, Matt Cooper knocked down 8 points for Hopkinton. In the 16-9 quarter, Hillers led 28-17 at the half. And on the entry. And it's kept in bounds, but taken by Schnurr, and he goes up and in. In the third quarter, the Hillers had 5 different point scorers and rallied for a 21-16 quarter and took a 49-33 lead into the fourth. Point lead, but still plenty of time left to go. Merkin over to Spencer Merkin. And Keefe got a tip on that attempted pass. Tahi came up with it. Cooper gets it out to Keefe, up for 3. Count it. Swishes it through. The Hillers knocked down 10 free throws in the fourth quarter and took the game 62-54. The Alpine Ski Group Championship took place on Thursday, February 11th. Here's a look.
To pull
5/10 out of your time on that hill.
Matthias Niss on the right.
Very nice.
Yep.
Smoking.
Tori Fisher on the left.
Come on, Tori.
808, I think. Again, we can't see the
There you
bib
go.
numbers until they stand up at the bottom. And then we verify. All right. Nathan Foster on the right.
I think our cookies got covered in snow.
Ah, well, I'll keep them cold. There's Nathan. Allie Berry on the left. Nice. There goes Allie.
The lift is stopped.
That's not good.
Yeah, no, that makes it hard to keep the race going.
We got quite a backup here.
Yeah.
Andrew Hurley he just came to on the right.
The girls took second place and the boys took third place. Congratulations on a great alpine ski season by the Hillers. On Friday, February 12th, Hillers girls basketball took on Medway in the JV game. The Hillers took a 10-8 lead in the first quarter. Flanagan feeds it over to Davies. Around the perimeter they go, up for three. Dacey, and she knocks it down. In the second quarter, Elena Davies scored 9 points in the 15-8 quarter to help the Hillers to a 25-16 halftime lead. Between Hopkinton and Medway, they should certainly be pretty close games that go back and forth, as these two teams typically do. Knocking down a three is Elena Davies. The Hillers had several different point scorers in the third quarter. 11-point Hillers lead, 4:38 and counting left to go in the third quarter. Up for three, and good is Emma Dacey. Her second three bucket of the game. Hopkinton would end up taking the JV game 46-36 over Medway. The Hillers driving in, up and in with the left hand goes Kelsey McCoy. In the varsity game on Friday, February 12th, Lauren Beach dropped 9 second quarter points to help Medway to a 24-17 halftime lead. Over to the elbow to Regan. Now to Longville, now to the corner. Beach for three, and she knocks it down. Lauren Beach with her first points of the game. In the third quarter, the Hillers had 4 different point scorers. Make that Maggie Hedstrom, excuse me. And a nice feed over to Caroline Connell, who goes up and in. The Medway offense was just too potent, as Lauren Beach dropped 14 points for the Mustangs, and Maggie Regan had 12 in the Medway 46-36 win over the Hillers. On Saturday, February 13th, Hiller Co-op Girls Hockey battled Medway. Before the game, they celebrated senior night. Here's a look.
It was a gritty defensive battle. Westwood netted a goal with 2:22 left in the first half.
Here's a shot out in front, and that's put in. With the initial shot, it was Hannah Blomquist, and then Kendall Blomquist waiting right in front of the net, able to pop it in to make it 1-0.
The Hillers responded with just over 11 seconds left in the game.
And a nice send-off to Swinhammer.
Buski's gone.
The goalie has been pulled to bring on the extra attacker. That shot just wide. Last opportunity here for Hopkinton Dover Sherborne. That's off the goalie, out in front of the net, that's put in! It's a goal! Hopkinton Dover Sherborne! Wow. Sophia Mazzucchelli pops it in. Assist Merkel as Kaylee Merkel was able to get it in front of the net.
Holy
Sophia
cow.
Mazzucchelli able to put that one in.
Sophomore Sophia Mazzucchelli nets the game-tying goal with a great assist from Kaylee Merkel, and goaltender Kristen McCluskey records 55 saves as the Hillers and Westwood end the senior day battle in a 1-1 tie, a very impressive tie for the Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Co-op girls hockey team.
Hopkinton Dover Sherborne girls co-op hockey took on Medway in their final game of the season. Medway netted 2 first-half goals.
And now it'll float into Hopkinton territory. And there's a shot and a goal for Medway. How about that? A nice start for Medway as Jenna Fitzsimmons nets it in. Back. Leaving it out in front there was Fitzsimmons, brushed away. And now a shot in front of the net and another Medway goal. Maggie Lester nets it. A great feed by Fitzsimmons. And it's a 2-0 game.
Medway took the win 3-0, but it was a strong effort by the Hopkinton co-op team against a very strong Medway team. Congratulations on a great season to the players and the first-year head coach, Scott Hayes. Hopkinton boys basketball met up with Ashland for their winter season finale. We start off with the JV game. Sam Pantera knocked down several points in the first quarter to help the Hillers to a 16-5 lead.
And this is the last game of the season for the boys teams. Stevens with a nice feed over to Pantera, and Pantera puts it in. Nice early lead for the Hillers.
In the second quarter, 3 different Hillers netted multiple field goals.
Up and good
Wow.
is Dessenroth.
Looked like a couple hands on that ball when he shot it.
Hopkinton led 31-20 heading into the third quarter.
Hyman feeds it over to Dessenroth, who finishes.
The Hillers kept hitting well from the field and hung on to take the win in their season finale over Ashland, 61-54.
Whole different team out here in the second quarter.
Hillers are struggling a little bit, but there's a 3 from Bertucci Bissonette. Good response.
In the varsity game, it was a 16-13 Ashland lead after a back-and-forth first quarter.
Both these teams for sure. Dalloway for 3. No good. Batted up. Pulled down by Marazimi. Here comes Keith. Out to Marazimi. He'll launch the 3. Knocks it down.
The Hillers' offense was unstoppable in the second quarter as they struck for 18 points and took a 31-25 lead into the half.
Marazimi over to Rahim in the corner for 3. Knocks it down.
In the third quarter, both teams put up 16 points apiece.
Feeds it over to Raheem. Now up to deep edge, out of the corner. Keefe. Yes! Swishes it through. He has 14 points this afternoon.
Hillers led 47-41 heading into the fourth.
Kicks it out to Raheem. Up for three. Got it! Caleb Raheem with his second three of the game. He has 6 points.
More back and forth in the fourth quarter, but the Hillers hung on to take the win 60-56. They finished with 3 wins and 6 losses overall. Hillers boys varsity hockey took on Ashland over at Loring Arena. Hillers netted 4 first half goals.
Back to the neutral zone. Sent in Ashland territory. Getting there for the Clockers is Riva. And now sent out by Mara. Dixon takes a shot. And now out in front of the net. Carazza pokes it in. Joe Carazza makes it a 1-0 Hillers lead. And Mara trying to clear. Mara flips it over to the neutral zone. And here comes Carazza. And he was looking for a break there. Mara with the backhander. And that's in! The Hillers score a shorthanded goal. Pavitt Mara. Joe Carazza nearly had a nice break. Could not get the puck placed like he wanted, but was able to flip it to Mara, and Mara puts it in with 8:56 left to go in the first half. Back and forth we go in Ashland territory. Now up behind the net is Aiden Walsh. He'll send it out. And over to Carazza, and it's going to be put in! Joe Carazza with another goal. Mara looking for a shot, and it is going to be yet another goal for the Hillers.
Hopkinton added 2 more in the second half.
Break up the ice, and a good shot there. He is going to be a player to watch over the next couple of years. Sends it over to Mara. Mara. And now Zolotarev will flip it in. Zolotarev ends up with it wide open in front of the net and is able to flip it in to make it 5-1 Hillers. For Andrew Moore, he'll take a long shot and wrap that one around. Hillers in the midst of a change. Caleb Dacey back into the game. And Dacey looking for a shot, he pokes it in! Unbelievable! It got by Milko and Dacey able to poke it in. How about that? The senior comes into the game and gets a beauty of an opportunity to poke it right through the 5-hole and make it a 6-1 game.
The Hillers took the win 6-2. Hopkinton lost a road game to Medfield in their season finale and finishes the season with 6 wins and 3 losses overall.
Thanks for joining us on this edition of HCAM Sports Talk Live. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy, and don't forget, you can catch HCAM Sports Talk Live every Wednesday at 3 p.m. From all of us, take care and be well. We'll talk to you again soon.